here for the party. Trust me, we just getting started. The sound, the vibe, I feel so alive. I'm only here for the party. Trust me, we just getting started.
Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. This video, as you should have seen from the introduction sequence, is going to be a video about the Celtic FC Women side, the Celtic Girls. And so if you don't follow the Celtic Girls side, there is another video uploading as we speak, which is a review of the Celtic men's side's very disappointing 3-2 defeat by Rangers yesterday afternoon. In this video, we're going to be reflecting on Celtic's women's side's equally disappointing 3-1 defeat to Hearts yesterday afternoon. Not particularly happy hunting ground for Celtic at the Oriam Centre in Edinburgh, and so it proved again. And to be fair, this was, I think, one of Celtic's poorest performances all season, and does raise questions as to whether Celtic can turn things around and retain their title. They now lie 6 points behind Hibs, who surprisingly beat Glasgow City, and so Hibs are first, Rangers second, Glasgow City third, and Celtic lie fourth, a couple of points ahead of Hearts. I think what this does prove is the top 5 teams in the Scottish Women's Premier League can beat each other on their day, as Celtic have proven earlier in the season with wins against Glasgow City, Hearts, and as those other sides have proven when they've been playing each other. And so I think the run into the title is going to be very close, and I think Celtic do have the ability to turn things around, but need to get their confidence and the swagger back, and they do need to start banging in those chances when they do create them, which yet again wasn't the case yesterday afternoon. So Hearts in the end won 3-1, goals by Brownlee in the 9th minute, and 2 goals by Timms in the 56th and 65th, and Saoirse Noonan scoring the one Celtic goal with a very good, clever overhead kick in the 62nd minute. Disappointingly, some of Celtic's best players who've played well all season, just didn't turn up yesterday. Emma Lawton had, I think, her poorest game in a Celtic strip. Kelsey Doherty at fault for a few of the Hearts goals, although she did make a couple of very good saves. Kelly Clark not really leading things, looking very nervous and unsure in the centre of defence. Natalie Ross yet again, very, very poor, disappointing performance. Amy Gallagher also completely off colour, didn't really seem to get herself into the game. Some good hard work from Saoirse Noonan, Murphy Agnew, Morgan Cross. Surprisingly good performance by Momo, our new Japanese midfielder, and some good hard earnest work from Lucy Ashworth-Clifford and Celia Barclay on the left-hand side, but neither really making a big difference. And in the end, Celtic flopped and got beaten 3-1. First goal, very disappointing. Lack of covering back. Emma Lawton beaten in the air by Brownlee, who headed the ball past Kelsey Doherty. I do wonder whether Kelsey could have come for the cross, stopping it reaching Brownlee, as she usually is actually good coming for crosses. Second goal, quite similar. Terrible pass out the defence by Kelsey Doherty. Ball did go back to Celtic, who then failed to clear their lines. Hibs then got in behind. Nice cross. Lucy Ashworth-Clifford completely failing to track back Timms, who smashed the ball past Kelsey Doherty. Third goal by Hearts. A breakaway effort. Celia Barclay not really showing the anticipation needed to get across to Bailey Hutchison, the Hearts centre forward, who beat her on the outside. Again, Kelly Clark, slow getting back, allowed the ball to get through to Timms. Timms took a couple of steps to get the ball under control. Kelly Clark not really then closing her down to prevent the shot, and Kelsey Doherty probably really should have saved that at her near post, but instead the ball smashed through her hands. Saoirse Noonan did pull one goal back in between the second and third Hearts goal. Corner kick, slightly cleared by the Hearts defence, and Saoirse Noonan, brilliant overhead kick, bicycle kick, past Rachel Johnson into the goal. And Celtic did look like they might be back into the game. However, that breakaway put Celtic 3-1 down. And despite a lot of good efforts and half chances, Celtic never really threatened the goal. And it was a disappointing game. Yet again, lots of final passes not reaching their player, lots of good chances not converted by Noonan and Agnew, etc. in the box. Lots of pressure from corners, but no real great danger to Hearts, who defended very well. And overall, I think Hearts very much deserved their victory. So now going to pop in the goals highlights, and then we'll finish off with the stats and my own wee thoughts regarding the last few games of the season. 9 more games to go. I think Celtic can still turn things around, but I think certainly need to get themselves back on track in the 11 days or so between now and the next match against Glasgow City, which will be on a Friday evening. That will be closely followed by a game against Rangers, and I think those 2 games will decide whether we are or aren't going to be in the title run-in, as I think another couple of disappointing results against Glasgow City and then Rangers will completely knock us out the real title running. So enjoy those highlights, or lowlights as I also think of them, and we'll finish off with the stats and my own wee thoughts and reflections. Now, looking at the stats for yesterday's game stats really show that Celtic women's side were actually in the game, had their chances, just didn't convert them, and Hearts more efficient, more effective, and played much better together as a team. So possession was 48 to Hearts, 52 to Celtic. Shots were 14-11 in favour of Hearts, 7 on targets by Hearts, 5 on targets by Celtic. 4 saves made by Johnson for Hearts, 4 saves made by Doherty for Celtic. Corners were a big 11-1 in favour of Celtic, although Celtic didn't take advantage of those corner opportunities, which used to be one of Celtic's key ways of scoring. Off targets were 6 for Hearts, 4 for Celtic, and 2 shots were blocked for Celtic. 1 shot was blocked for Hearts. I think that really does show that Hearts were more efficient, more effective, and took their chances when they got them. And even though Celtic did have more of the possession, more of the pressure, a lot more corners, they didn't really take advantage of that pressure situations, and Hearts in the end deserved their win. I think personally the players are letting Alina Sidiku down. I think her basic formation, basic tactics are good. I think she is trusting the more experienced, more established players. However, she is being let down by Natalie Ross, Lucy Ashworth-Clifford, Cecilia Barclay, who have been big performers before. Both Emma Lawton, Kelly Clark and Kelsey Doherty were very much off colour yesterday. I think that's probably their poorest performances all season for those three. And despite some good hard work by Morgan Cross, Momo, the Japanese midfielder, Murphy Agnew, and some good hard work by Saoirse Noonan, things just weren't ticking for Celtic, weren't going in for Celtic. It is 11 days to our next game, which is a Friday night game against Glasgow City. I'm sure that'll be live on television, and it does give Alina Sidiku a chance to work things out and get Celtic's confidence and goal scoring and creativity all back to the way it should be. And I think Celtic still are very much in a good chance of retaining the title, but it is going to require them to play at their best and to take the chances they are creating, because if they had taken the chances they were creating and defended that wee bit better, they would have comfortably beaten Hearts, much like they did the last time when they beat Hearts 4-0 from memory. I think there are tactical tweaks that Alina Sidiku could try. I think if we could get a bit more pace coming down the left-hand side, as Lucy Ashworth-Clifford really isn't providing that, nor does Maria McInerney. I do wonder about maybe using Murphy Agnew out wide on the left, Morgan Cross out wide on the right, maybe playing Noonan and Harrison as 2 strikers up front. And I think it would be worthwhile experimenting without Natalie Ross in the middle, using Colette Kavanagh, Shannon McGregor, but I was very much encouraged with the performance of Momo, the new Japanese midfielder. I thought she probably was Celtic's best player, all things considered, yesterday. That just about finishes things off for this Celtic women's side video. Do feel free, if you've not yet subscribed, please do click that subscriber button. Keep the numbers pushing past 1,200. If you have liked the video, please do click the like button and do feel free to pop your pleasant, polite thoughts, opinions, comments into the comment section. What your thoughts were regarding yesterday's performance, the Celtic players, and do you think that Celtic have any realistic expectation or possibility of retaining the title? And for me, the next couple of games against Glasgow City and Rangers do need to be ideally 6 points out of 6, but certainly 4 points out of 6. Otherwise, I think we're out of the battle with a few games to go. So until the next video, goodbye and hail, hail.